It is now time for all of you, and frankly me, to get a little bit smarter in regards to large human beings getting paid by NFL teams. I'm here with Brad Wells on my left and Isaac Cohen, who's just a little bit too close to me on my right. Tell me fun things about Peyton Manning and what could happen.
Well, where Peyton Manning goes is going to change the landscape of the NFL. Is he going to go to a team like Seattle? Is he going to go to a team like Miami? Is he going to go to a team like the Arizona Cardinals? Where he goes could also determine where Reggie Wayne, wide receiver, who's a free agent, and Pierre Garçon go as well. So, to give you fun news about Peyton Manning, basically he's going to take his wide receiver posse wherever he goes and change the dynamic of that team wherever he lands.
A slightly smaller name at the quarterback position, of course, Drew Brees.
Him.
He is sort of set to hit the open market. One of his guards, Carl Nix, commanding a lot of attention and possibly money. Where is this going?
Well, Brees is not going to hit the open market.
Okay.
The New Orleans Saints are not going to let Drew Brees.
I'm just making sure.
They're not going to make the same mistake that the San Diego Chargers
Right.
made, all right? But what's going to happen is that Drew Brees is probably going to be signed before March 5th.
Okay.
If he's not signed before March 5th, he gets franchised. If he is signed before March 5th, Carl Nix is going to get franchised, and that seems to not sit well with Carl Nix, who says that his anxiety level, he tweeted this, his anxiety level is high.
I'm
because
anxious just thinking
he's just
about Carl
anxious
Nix,
about whether or not he's going to get signed or not.
Mike Wallace, the speedy receiver from Pittsburgh, is restricted in his free agency. Does Pittsburgh sign him? Do they bring him back? What's going on there?
Well, they're going to sign him to a tender, which means the team has to give up a first and a third round pick.
Okay.
Now, this is interesting because the Steelers have announced that they're going to release Hines Ward.
Okay.
So the Steelers could potentially be without two wide receivers next year if a team wants to sign Mike Wallace as a restricted free agent. And if they do that, they have to give up a first and a third round pick. And I think there are some teams out there who would give up a first and a third round pick if you could get Mike Wallace.
That's kind of amazing. Speaking of torn pectoral muscle, that's so easy.
Transition.
It's so easy. Mario Williams, the former #1 overall pick in Houston, he appears to be hitting the open market.
Is anyone talking about Mario Williams?
I have not
Is
heard that
anyone
much.
mentioning anything about him? This is a guy that is a premier pass rusher. Last year was having a great year before he tore that pectoral muscle, playing in a different defensive scheme, different position, which is linebacker.
Right.
And now he's going to hit free agency, and no one's talking about him. The team that gets Mario Williams, maybe it's a team like Cleveland, is going to get a big-time pass rusher, and pass rushers win you Super Bowls.
And it seems to be a value situation as
Huge.
well.
Yeah, you're going to get a great player at a decent value.
Right. And finally, we go to another quarterback in a situation perhaps similar to a couple of other quarterbacks in recent past, maybe Matt Schaub. Matt Flynn, coming out of Green Bay, not a lot of reps, but all sorts of potential and talent seen in him.
What kind of quarterback is he going to be? What is he going to bring to the team that he lands to? Is this going to be Matt Schaub, as you said, or is this going to be Kevin Kolb 2.0?
Hey, but they all rhyme. Yeah.
They all rhyme.
Schaub or Cobb, yeah.
Schaub or Cobb. The smart money says he goes to Miami because his former offensive coordinator is now the head coach there. But we don't know. Cleveland to send out feelers.
Right.
Wherever he goes, it's going to be interesting to follow and see how he progresses as a quarterback, and hopefully he doesn't sort of bust up the way that Kevin Kolb has done so far in Arizona.
That all sounds perfectly reasonable. Brad Wells, grand facial hair, grand knowledge of NFL free agency. I can tie it all together. Anything you want. Thank you very much. I think we all feel smarter.